right. Now we're going to talk about, and I want to point this out. Rankings, I think, are stupid. Whenever you rank teams or players, I think they're stupid because how do you possibly say that Steph is better than the person that you're going to knock off this list, particularly if they don't play against each other and they never have? This argument, though, is fascinating to me because Pro Football Focus, with their rankings, and I love looking at them because they make great fodder. Yeah. They actually have OBJ ranked higher than Amari Cooper in their wide receiver rankings. And I don't know exactly.
I was fired up about this, Jay.
Okay, then go.
Because what blew me up, listen, I love Pro Football Focus.
Yeah,
all right?
I do too.
A lot of old school football fans are like, what do they know? Those are a bunch of nerds, blah, 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 blah. All right, now, he's only one spot ahead. I get it. And this is not because Amari Cooper's on the Browns now. And honestly, I think they're both disappointments the last few years.
They have been.
They both, talent-wise, they both should be higher on that list. Odell can't stay on the field. But I would take Amari Cooper over Odell Beckham any day of the week. Now, again, when Odell was in his best, and even last year with the Rams, he was not, like, everybody got crazy. And I know, G, you liked the way he played with the Rams, and I did too. But he still wasn't the guy we saw with the Giants the first couple of years.
Well, he also had the best receiver in football on the other side.
Facts.
Well, statistically the best. I don't think he's the best receiver in football.
I think he's the best receiver in football.
I think he's the best in football,
I don't agree,
too.
but
okay.
I think statistically he's the best. But he's top five, whatever.
Definitely
one
top
of the
five.
Best. One of the best. But Amari, right now, I think Amari Cooper at this point in his career is more skilled than Odell, and I think they're both highly skilled. But I think Amari's more highly skilled. And I just trust Amari Cooper, even though I've been disappointed by him because I think he should be better. I trust him more. He's more often on the field. He's had some injury problems, but not like Odell, who's consistently been injured.
He can do more, I think.
And he could do more on the field. He's a more reliable target, and I don't have to worry about all the talking off the field. I banged the table for weeks on my radio show because I wanted Odell here. And although I have completely blamed Baker for a lot of the ills, it is absurd to give Odell a complete pass for his time in Cleveland. He didn't play well enough. He didn't really want to be here. And while there's reasons for those things to some degree, he can't get a pass for his time here. He wasn't good enough.
So why would I want to be here if they're not throwing me the ball, right?
Brad,
Hold on. Let me
that's
just
not
finish.
true. That's misleading.
No, it is very true.
No.
It is very true.
Yeah.
I like your eyes are detestable.
Yeah.
The misuse of Odell Beckham here in this town, boy, was criminal.
Misuse by Baker not throwing the ball or the offense
Baker, the offense, the whole nine. The one thing, Amari Cooper, I like Amari Cooper. Solid, right? Solid guy, does a bunch of things. The one thing Amari Cooper is not, he is not a game changer. Beckham is a game changer.
He used to be.
Beckham, here.
He hasn't been recently, Bull.
Mikey, bring those stats back up. I want to show you something. Bring those stats back up.
We got to give us 1 sec, Brad.
All right. When you go back to these stats, just 2021 stats.
Yeah.
So Cooper has 68 receptions. Beckham has 44. Hell, Beckham didn't get the ball thrown to him half the season.
Is that just his Brown stats?
These numbers.
That's overall.
No, that's everything.
That's overall.
That's everything.
So he had most of them stats
In LA.
with no training camp, with no offseason, don't know Matt Stafford for nobody.
With a terrific quarterback.
And he came out
He
here.
missed some time last year because of the getting cut.
What did he miss? 2 games? Did he play 15?
I think it was 14. I'll double check.
His total stats
You even making my case for me.
No, I know we are.
Guys, here's the reality, okay?
The reality
is that Odell Beckham's targets were not significantly less than they were with the Giants. His targets, all right? Now, here's the problem. The reason he doesn't have as many catches, A, is because Baker's not as good a quarterback as Dak Prescott. But B, Odell had too many drops.
Way too many drops.
Whoa. Listen,
Gee,
go
can't give Odell a pass.
Go back and watch on. You go look at the pro football. You look at references.
Yeah.
He has 2 drops. 2. People think, when you say
all last
stuff,
year he had 2 drops?
2 drops.
I don't know who's counting, but that's wrong.
Hey, that's the thing. Perception is reality.
Yeah.
The perception is Odell.
I saw him drop more than 2 balls with the Browns last
year.
year.
Here's the thing. That's what. Go look at the stats. I can't make it up.
Mikey,
I'm
can
not
you
a
find those?
scorekeeper. Can we get his drops?
Here's the bottom
According
line.
to Pro Football Focus,
Yeah.
he played 13 games between two teams.
Yes.
Yeah.
According to Pro Football Focus, 2 drops last year.
Yeah, I just
You can't love it. You can't love it and not love it. You
And the
can't love it
election,
and not love it.
the election was stolen too. I'm playing with
I challenge that stat.
Gee, come on now. You can't
What?
give Odell a pass for his time here.
What do you mean?
You can't give him a complete pass.
Let me-
Did he play well enough?
He probably didn't play as well.
That's
to his
it.
back.
That's all I'm
but
saying.
But let me give you this.
Of course, Baker factored in, but he didn't play
But you
well
can't.
enough here.
I can't find one. I can't find no interviews online. Odell Beckham ain't had no interviews with nobody.
If
He
you look,
didn't-
though, you'll find a tape that his dad put out that was pretty damning.
It was facts. Everything in
It
the
was
tape
facts.
was facts. I
It
just
didn't
saw-
help his cause here.
But
though.
here's the thing about it.
Sunk the ship.
You know what? Sometimes I tell people, and this is what made it look crazy. And I don't know, whoever in the media came up with this, y'all are great for this.
Okay.
You know, Odell, sometimes Baker just sees Odell as such a big star that he feels the need.
That's ridiculous.
Hold on. Let me get my money off.
Don't ignore those people.
He feels the need to throw them. He's overlooking at him, and so that causes Baker to get confused and scared. He's a grown man. If you can't tell a receiver, listen, I'm the quarterback. I need you to get in line.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
throw you the ball when you get the ball, and that's how we rolling.
But
Baker can do that.
The bottom line, but that stuff is nonsense. People that say that are idiots. I'm ignoring those people. Listen, you know that I don't believe in Baker. You know that,
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Baker takes some of the blame. Stefanski takes some of the blame
Yeah,
for Odell.
and Odell does
But
too.
when you don't play well enough,
Right. Okay. That's on the
you,
player.
you don't get a pass.
that's on the-
That's
that's
all I'm
I'm
saying.
not here. I'm not here.
He
I'm
didn't
not
play
giving
well
anybody,
enough.
I'm not giving anybody a pass. You look at
He
those.
did
you
not
look,
play
you
well
look at those stats that just put up, right?
Yeah.
You can't tell me, right? He is a game changer. There's two different breeds, right? There's just two different type of players.
are.
He's not a game
I
changer.
think yes, he
I
is
don't
a game
believe that
changer
anymore.
Here,
I think he
if
was.
You, if you
I don't think he is.
were watching the
You watched
the
the
LA
first half.
Rams,
You watched the first half of that Super
He
Bowl.
wasn't a game
Hey,
changer
here.
for the LA
Let me
Rams.
tell you
Yeah, oh, yes, he
He
was.
played great in that first
No,
half,
bull.
but his whole time with the Rams, he was not a game
This is
changer.
what here because it was like a crescendo. Every week it got better.
Yep.
Every week it got better.
I watched him play every
week it got better.
Cooper Kupp was still the number one receiver on that
yeah,
team.
but
and
I'm
there was
saying
nobody
here,
else.
Odell,
I'm
the
not-
only time I thought he was a game changer was the first half of the
I'm
Super
not
Bowl. That's
denying.
it.
I'm not
That was
denying that.
Right.
Every week,
So-
Jay, he got better.
Couple of things.
Do not deny that.
Right now, Odell Beckham Jr. is a complimentary receiver. Right now, he's hurt.
Yeah, there's no question.
So the question of if the question
He's
was
not an elite player.
who do you
anymore.
want moving forward, that
And
for me
Cooper's
is
2 years
easy.
younger.
That for me is easy. But
Amari
what I will
Cooper.
say is, right now, fact, G. Bush, OBJ is a complimentary receiver.
Yeah,
That's fine.
That's fine.
Amari Cooper is the gem in the crown with
Here?
the Browns.
Here.
With the Browns
But what-
right now.
So my response to you is this, right? Because he's been moved several times here, and everybody that he's
3.
played for has said the same thing.
Wait.
Good player.
Wait, but
not
Odell's
elite.
played for
not,
3
not
No,
his
no.
list, good
I'm
player.
talking about Cooper.
No, I'm talking about Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
Every team that he's
He's
been
not.
off
No, he's
of-
only been a
but I'm not-
Cowboy.
I don't think he's elite.
So he's not elite. Let's
but
not make
neither
him
is
elite.
Odell.
No.
Neither is Odell. He's not elite.
We're
You can
asking
take
you-
one guy right now. Who you taking?
If they were both healthy.
No, wait. In the real
Well,
world
I'm
right
gonna
now.
take Cooper now because he's coming off an ACL.
That's why I
And
had a
he's 2
bigger.
years younger.
The reason I had the problem
Odell's
with it.
always got an injury.
The reason I had a problem with the rankings is
Yeah.
they do live too much in a fantasy world. I will say that I think PFF is great. I love the rankings; they're fun to look at. But if you ask 32 head coaches right now, do you want Cooper or do you want OBJ? I think the vast majority are going to say, "Give me Cooper."
Take a healthy guy.
And so that's my thing. I think OBJ can still be a terrific player in this league. However, I don't think he'll ever be the player he
I
once
just got to
was.
say, I'm so frustrated. I feel like in this town, it's Baker's fault or it's Odell's fault, when the reality is obviously they're both to blame.
That's
to
usually
some
the case,
degree.
Bull. That's usually
but
the
this
case.
is what I used to say when the Browns had one garbage quarterback after the next before Baker and his mediocrity. And when DeQuell Jackson played here and all these other guys played here, and the Browns had one crappy, useless quarterback after the next. And the fans would call my show and say, well, how do I know if Colt McCoy's any good or Deshaun Kaiser's any good or this guy or that guy? Because the wide receivers stink. And the bottom line is the great player will perform great no matter who's around.
He'll
him.
raise
now,
the
he
level
won't be
of all
as
ships.
great. He won't be as Odell Beckham playing
As a
Oh,
receiver?
What are you talking about?
A receiver can't throw himself the
Josh
ball.
Gordon had
Hold on.
1,700 yards
Bull,
with Brian Hoyer.
Bull, are you serious? The great player will perform great even when the situation
Yes.
no, it's not. Because
I think what Bull was trying to say was the great quarterbacks can throw receivers open and can make bad receivers better than they
Michael
are.
Jordan was great no matter who he was playing with.
McNuggets, where
Right?
DeQuell at? When we get
You're going
DeQuell
to
in
be
here,
better with
DeQuell's
better
on the
talent.
line. If
get him on here. Get DeQuell in here. I want to ask
Josh
you.
Gordon had 1,700 yards with Brian Hoyer at quarterback.